last week, one of the cold days out there. He comes up to me and I'm like, what's up? He goes, it's a good day for it. I'm like, what? And he said, good day for it. That's what they say. And I'm like, oh, it's a good day for it. It was all kind of blurred together, which it's good stuff. A really productive day out there. We started off just all first down, like 8 straight plays of first down with our ones against ones, twos against twos, and there was some success on offense and some failure, and same thing obviously with the defense side of the ball, but just really good, intense football. Obviously had some guys restricted at wide receiver. Isaiah Williams, Casey Washington, and Miles all were restrained from today. They should be back with us next week, but so we had some young receivers in there. Tommy got a lot of really good work with the ones as well, and just some new guys, Isaiah Adams, Zy Chrysler, to get Palcho back in there, Pilstrom at centers, getting some work at guard, just a lot of really good work offensively, and I thought Barry, from the sidelines, calling it for the first time really to our players, like in a game-like situation, we had officials out there, so just the tempo really showed up today, which I thought our guys handled, and we can definitely get better. Defensively, it's very, very clear right in the back end with Quan and Sid that we got some good players. Spoon made an unbelievable play today. So we got to get our good players continuing to play good and then get some of these young guys show up at the running back position. Really, Jordan Anderson, Aiden Lawfrey really jumped out today. Those guys, definitely some talented players that bring some good experience to the running back room. Josh wasn't able to go today, so and we limited what Chase Brown was able to do. So Chase Hayden looked real good. He's had a nice spring. So it's good to see some of these other players that we haven't seen on game day get out there and do some stuff. For the most part, stayed pretty healthy. High got scraped up on his leg. Really just a cut from a cleat. So really nothing out of today's scrimmage should affect us moving forward. So excited for that, and really that's about it. Open up for questions.
It's kind of this being the first competitive like you said, that offense. What were your first impressions of that? How do you think Barry and those guys did that?
Yeah, offensively, I was excited to get because we've been spotting the ball. We've been working a lot of first down, second down, third down, where we determined the script. But today we did a lot of things like it was first down, but then they played second down from where the ball was spotted, right? So Barry called it from the sidelines. The players had to move with the ball, get huddled up, get aligned, and that was really, really good work. Then we flourished 4 series of that, and then we did 4 series of second down, played third down. So we had the second down script, but then third down played off where the ball was, right? So it made it really good live football. Down in the red area, we moved the ball a little bit, and then we ended the scrimmage with, I think the offense had an 11-play drive. It started on the 30 that ended in a field goal. So really good as far as just teaching the guys how the ball moves. We got to be more aware on third down when you're not huddling, right? You got to put a lot on the players to be aware what the down the distance is, and that's new for those guys. So we really got to lock them into it. But overall, I couldn't be more excited coming out of it today.
Coach, how fast are you trying to play offensively in terms of tempo? Like, are you still trying to huddle? Are you still trying to?
We do a little bit of everything. We really do. We do a little bit of everything. We've huddled. We've done no huddle. We've done sugar huddles. We've done really. I think Barry is very, very clear about the tempo that we want to play at. I think the tempo that we said in his opening presser is true. It's a pro-style offense played with tempo, and sometimes it'll be very fast. Sometimes it'll be huddle slow. So I think whatever gives us the best chance to win, we can play it.
How exciting is that variety for you? Because you see some schools upwards of 70, 80 snaps a game.
Yeah.
You guys played slower last year. Like, how is exciting?
Well, I think sometimes some offenses really just try to play as fast as they can to hope that you screw it up, right? Like I think I've played offenses where you literally that's what their design is, right? To try instead of trying to execute to win, they try to have go fast enough that you screw it up, right? And I can't live in that world, right? And I think the better offenses you've seen consistently win over time, right? Which is what we want, sustained success. There's a lot of that where there's tempo at times, especially in certain areas of the field or certain times of the game, but also there's a tempo to it that you can protect, leads or understand what an offense is trying to do.
You're about a third of the way through spring ball. Are you on track for kind of what you have projected?
Well, yeah, so this is practice 6. It's the second week of 5 straight weeks, so we've got first, second, third in the red area and out on the field. We've put in punt and KOC, so we still have punt return KOR from a special team standpoint. Really get into situational football next week, backed up, sudden change, first and 10 plus 50, some really specific football stuff. So, but our guys, I gave them a lot of kudos this morning. A lot of times when I get in front of them, I got a short amount of time because I'm time constrained on the number of hours we can spend with these guys. So I have a tendency to overload on the negative, right? Like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this better. But they're doing so many things positively. You guys always ask me, like, what do you see that's good, right? What's jumped out to you? And then I realize that I never really say that to my team, right? And these guys, they work, they're tough, they're smart, they're dependable. All the things we believe in the core of our DNA, they really have embodied that, and I never get any pushback on that now, and that's fun to be a part of.
A year in, you talk about being tough, smart, dependable. You use the word demeanor a lot. How much have you seen that maybe improve over the last year?
Without a doubt. This was my main talk with him this morning. Like, I just simple things like we go outside and practice all the time, right? We don't go in, make it easy. We stay and make it tough. We're trying to be at our best when it's at its worst. The discipline of playing good enough football that you don't beat yourself, like those are just things that they understand it now. They get it. There's not a lot of questions. You see older players talking to younger players about it. It's really fun to see the culture of your program begin to take hold, and hopefully it's going to pay off more in wins.
Is there an excitement about Georgia's wide receiver room in the sense that there's a lot of guys that you could see maybe take another step and get an opportunity to do that?
It's a young room, right? Like, obviously High and really Kamari are the two with the most experience, as far as being in football, but your playing experience, really Casey and Isaiah lead that. So there is a lot of young players. You can see Sean Miller's got a lot of talent. Ian Pugh made a nice play today. Pat Bryan has continued to kind of just show up a little bit more each practice. A very talented player who I think thinks right. So it's fun. Yeah, we definitely. I think that in a wide receiver room likes this offense. I think they definitely see the advantages that they can have in it, and Gio does a great job. Right, like literally George every day consistently shows me why he's really good at what he does, and it's fun to see that group work.
Bret Hugh brings on a life experience.
Hugh?
Yeah. Hugh Iverson, but not a lot of punting experience.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him, and what stands out about him?
Yeah, so, we haven't exactly had great weather out there for that, right? So, but he's handled it pretty well. The thing that I love about him is his demeanor. Doesn't really rattle. You can't really rattle him. I think the more consistent he can bring to the punting game will be good. And he doesn't have to be somebody else. He just got to be him, right? And I think he does a good job of that. But today, I wanted to get him a little bit more work. But then when it wasn't exactly great punt weather, I also didn't want to, have the first full display of punt in live situations not be good.
Isaiah was mentioning that he was kind of getting some reps at left tackle. Talk to me a little bit about him and what you're seeing from him this spring.
Isaiah Adams?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Isaiah's played really a little bit of everything. Tackle guard. He's been honing in at that left tackle. Julian Pearl has not been able to go because of a hand injury, but he should get back in there next week. So, but Isaiah he's very athletic. He bends extremely well. Backside cutoffs. He's probably more advanced than I could ever imagine, and he's changed his body. He's probably put on about 12 to 15 pounds of lean muscle mass, and you can really see the confidence he's playing with. I like the way he just kind of goes about his business. Doesn't really say a lot, just works. Has got an extremely talented fundamental base, and yeah, I think he's going to be a really good player.
Coach, you're 16 months in here, your tenure.
Mm-hmm.
Are things kind of organizationally, are they kind of in place? Are you really happy with where everything is? Or are there things you need to do? I'm not talking about on the field, more.
Yeah,
kind of
great question. Josh, when I came here, really gave me the ability to hire a support staff around us. We've made some changes subtly in our program, with the addition and subtraction of personnel, and we're currently down a couple people in the personnel department, which is fine. Allows us to bring in some people that hopefully continue to do that. But I feel much more comfortable walking in the building every day, knowing everybody knows their job. We have a big saying here: we got 4 things coming in the door, 4 things going out the door, and the first thing you do that they see on that sign is do your job. And everybody's job in this building is different. All right, my job's different from Ryan and Barry's, and their job is different than the assistant coaches they work with. They got to be coordinators, and I think everybody understands that role. But even just bringing Jake Rosh in the equipment room, JB in the training room. We have department head meetings every week where everybody just gets on the same page. Communication is so much better right now. I think everybody kind of understands the things we're saying, but also the things we're not saying. Like the expectation level is just a lot better in the building.
Terry
notice
moving
anything?
on gets a great opportunity
Yeah.
at Arkansas.
Yeah.
What's that mean for you guys, and what did he bring in the year?
Well, Terry wants to get into coaching, right? And it was an off the field position for us. And when this opportunity came, like I gave him all the advice I could, you know, and where it's at, I knew he wanted to take it. Barry Odom, who he's going to work with there, those guys had known each other a little bit through recruiting, so a great opportunity for him. But as a former player, he was invaluable for me in my first year. Terry's, I know you guys know he doesn't say a lot, right? But he expresses himself very well. Has been awesome for me. Some of the former players, he's great with recruits when they come on campus. So to fill his shoes, we're gonna have to really do a good job of finding someone. But you can't find another Terry Hawthorne. He's pretty special.
Have you noticed a different demeanor out of Caleb Griffin this year, as he's not the young guy kind of
Yeah.
push, but now he's kind of the veteran, you know?
Caleb is just so mature, right? Like you feel like you're, between him and Hugh, you both feel like they're in their 30s, right? They just Caleb is and got his hands in everything. There'll be an announcement coming soon. He just qualified for really an internship with the NCAA this summer. That's pretty special. I told him absolutely he's going to miss a week with us, but like the valuable experience he has. I actually just met his pops for the first time. And it's easy to see he's been raised the right way, right? And I've never seen a player probably touch so many avenues of our program, right? He's a SAC rep, which is Student Athletic Advisory Board, right? That he does a really good job on a national level of representing college football. So I'm excited for him to take the reins. Now I did ask him to not involve himself in any punting. I want him to be our kicker and to focus on that, and I think he's doing that. And actually, our longest field goals today he made, so it's good to have him out there.
Where's Tommy at? How's he doing?
He's been good. He first week we really didn't have him work anything with the ones. He was pretty much with the twos. But then, I believe on Thursday we transitioned him into the one group, and for the most part worked out there all day today. He's very, very talented. Sees things I think pretty well. Has a good concept of what Barry's doing. I do think he's open to learn. Right, like he's a little. We just got to make sure that he makes all the plays for us and not for them. So we got to retrain. He's kind of been a guy in his other previous spots where he flushed out of the pocket. We want him to step up. So it's a really good learning experience for all of us.